Welcome to Top 5 Saga channel, discovering the top 5 in every category, 5 of the closest instances when the world came perilously close to nuclear war. Cuban Missile Crisis 1962. One of the most intense moments in Cold War history, the Cuban Missile Crisis occurred when the Soviet Union deployed nuclear missiles in Cuba. Just 90 miles from the U.S. coast, the U.S. responded with a naval blockade and demanded the removal of the missiles. For 13 days, the world was on the brink of nuclear war as both superpowers faced off. The crisis was defused when the Soviet Union agreed to withdraw the missiles in exchange for a U.S. pledge not to invade Cuba and to secretly remove U.S. missiles from Turkey. Norwegian Rocket Incident 1995. On January 25, 1995, Norway launched a research rocket that was mistaken by Russian radar systems as a potential incoming missile attack. The incident led to a tense situation where Russian military leaders believed they were under attack, nearly triggering a retaliatory strike. The situation was defused when it was confirmed that the rocket was a scientific launch and not a nuclear missile. Able Archer 83, 1983. In November 1983, NATO conducted a military exercise known as Able Archer 83, which simulated a nuclear conflict between the East and West. The exercise was so realistic that the Soviet Union feared it was a cover for a real nuclear attack. The heightened tensions led to a serious risk of miscalculation or accidental escalation, nearly bringing the world to the brink of nuclear war. Soviet Early Warning System False Alarm 1983. On September 26, 1983, the Soviet Union Early Warning System falsely detected an incoming U.S. missile strike. Stanislav Petrov, the duty officer at the time, decided to not report the alarm to higher authorities, suspecting was a false alarm. His decision potentially averted a catastrophic response, as a retaliatory strike could have been launched based on the false data. Berlin Crisis 1961. The Berlin Crisis of 1961 was a confrontation between the U.S. and the Soviet Union over the status of Berlin, the construction of the Berlin Wall, and increased military tensions in the city brought both superpowers to the edge of nuclear conflict. Although no direct military clash occurred, the standoff was one of the many high-stress periods during the Cold War when nuclear war was a real possibility. Like, share, and subscribe Top 5 Saga channel.